Except childhood traumas, what you can say? For example, alienation, stigmatization, coping mechanisms, vulnerability. What are they? Use them in your answer and then describe them, please. For example, let's start from the first one. Overwhelming. What would you like to say about overwhelming? How it causes all these drawbacks?
I just think that the overwhelm comes because of the interest from the non-interest from the person, like when the person isn't really interested, or just having something like that, and they're interested in the just he's not just having some interest in doing something. He's just really lazy, and so that's why we follow that he's having something like that, or wealth, like when he's just not interested in something, and that's the reason he's not really talking too much.
Okay, and the second one, stigmatization. In the previous lessons, step by step we discussed stigmatization. So what comes to your mind if I say stigma? In the previous lesson as well, if I remember, I said
What?
Stigma. Did you remember? In the previous lesson, I said stigma, stigmatization. What comes to your mind?
Stigmatization. Stigmatization. Probably.
Probably.
Stigmatization is just when. It's just something like the dynamic process of or just when the person is really dynamically.
Do you know some examples for stigmatization? Why nowadays do people stigmatize others? In cancel culture lesson as well we used. Did you remember cancel culture lesson? No?
Probably.
Cancel culture, social media, bullying, toxic comments, humiliation, social humiliation, digital humiliation. Stigmatization is approximately the same situation.
Right, so the stigmatization is just something like that.
Something like that? What? For example, can I say?
Stigmatization is just something like kind of the society's opinion, or just something like that.
Not societies, maybe a person's or group of people's opinion. But stigmatization is basically, actually means basically, treating someone unfairly, negatively for particular quality condition, situation, and characteristics they have. For what you bully people, for what you treat people, you gossip about them. And then when it becomes a stereotype for these people, it is stigmatization, labeling someone, using some adjectives, titles for people, but in always a bad manner. It is stigmatization. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. For example, to judge people, to criticize people, to evaluate them, to reject them, to alienate them, for humiliation, discrimination, all of them can be the reason. There are a lot of reasons, but there will be no positive reason for it. Only maybe for terrorists using stigma like the terrorist, it is positive because we need to just discriminate these people. But normally, in all conditions, stigmatization is a negative situation. Okito? Is it clear?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I
What does it mean,
misunderstood
probably?
that.
For example, what did you understand from stigmatization? Can you summarize it?
So the stigmatization is just when the society or just a person is judging another one, such as particularly for nothing, just because by his opinion it's just something like a cringy or just something like that. And that's the reason why many people are having social anxiety just over wealth, just because they are fearing that they will be something like a cringy or just something like the cringy for the society or just for the community. So that's why they are hiding their something like a secret or just something like that. And so because of the stigmatization, there comes the social anxiety and something like that.
Okay, what synonyms? I think I said all of them, but what synonyms do you know of stigmatization, stigma? How many of them you remember?
Like the examples.
No, synonym. Direct synonym of stigmatization.
Probably I would say just
Discrimination. First one. Alienation. Second one. Continue. Add. Labeling. Third one.
I'll just say
Social rejection. 4. Bias. Prejudice. 5 and 6. Okay? Okay. So, let's talk about stigmatization. Can you give me some examples?
for example, the situation when a person is having really big talent, for example, in the art, but he just don't want to.
Doesn't want.
It doesn't. I'm sorry. He doesn't want to show it at the public, so that's why he's not showing it completely.
But it is about his own problem. It's not about stigmatization. This will be the result of it.
I think it's probably some kind of the stigmatization just because he's having some complexes because of that. Probably he's just hiding his talents just because he thinks that he will be stigmatized by the society or by the community.
For example, okay, what can we do to prevent stigmatization?
To prevent, just I think that people shouldn't really like judge people for just nothing, because I think every one of us is just having some problems or just something and like, everyone is with his own talent or just and so that's why we shouldn't really say something bad about talents or just some problems of the person. Like the other way, we should really support him if he's having some problems or just complexes with in his life. So that's why I think that will be the right decision.
Okay, for example, people with mental health problems are often judged or treated unfairly. What do you think about this situation? What will be the reason?
I just think that people are getting overhated sometimes, and there is no some big reason for that. I just think that it's just something like a random decision, and probably if there are some guys who are really hate somebody because of something, like with no reason, and it's probably unfairly, and I think it's something like it's something like the envy, maybe.
Maybe.
The feeling of the envy.
Maybe aggression, rejection, we can say as well. So, society's negative attitudes toward refugees create barriers for them. What's your position towards it? Try to use vocabulary on the screen as well.
I think that in the most ways, one person having something like the social anxiety, probably he's just he's having the bad self-perception, like he's underrates himself.
Okay. What is not clear is
and probably
What is boof? Boof is not English.
I'm just really feeling tired just because of the
Exams. Forget your exams.
I cannot forget them just because I'm having already not really good marks, so I cannot really forget.
In our culture, there is one good idiom. How hard you work, I don't care. How many diplomas you have, I don't care. Your boss will be always primary school graduate. Is it right?
There's something maybe. There's something the true in that sentence.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it probably really makes sense.
I have 5 university diplomas. Please pay attention on my suggestion.
And let me guess, it hadn't really give effect yet.
The most important part is not about how many diplomas you have. How you use them is the most important part. It's not important that you are a professor or not. It's not. It's the most important thing how you use your education to make money.
I think probably it's the same with the money or Lego minifigures collection. Like just because I'm having something like the minifigure collections of the Lego from the beginning of the 2014 and for the last year, since last year I made something like the $120 just because I sold many of them.
So, the real lesson.
So I would say yes, there is something like that true in the sentence.
Make money. Dostoevsky, he has a name, right? Everybody knows Dostoevsky. Tolstoy, Charles Dickens. How many of them are rich? None of them. Just you know their names. When they passed away, they died in hunger. Suitcase talks, money talks. Education is not about getting good marks. Learn it. This is my suggestion. Learn it.
I know, but like probably in the most ways I'm trying to tell myself that the grades aren't everything. But in my school, it's probably
no. Try to
it's not
enjoy.
making the sense. Just because like in my school there's a system like if you are getting 3 C marks at the end of the year,
You lose your grant.
by the math like geometry, algebra, or also English lesson, Kazakh language, physics, and also programming. If you are getting 3 of these 6 lessons, the C mark, like 3 C marks of these 6 lessons or subjects, you're getting to the like something like the summer school, like where you are also having exams. Like it's just something like the
Compensation summer school. It's not problem. If there will be no grant, that you are, if you are not losing your grant, that if you have grant system, for example in colleges, okay, there will be no problem.
In our school, I'm not making any sense in like some grants in our school just because, for example, I'm having like my best friend, my broski, he's the chess player and he played many tournaments like in the Almaty and also just for the Kazakhstan from our school in many tournaments like Almaty city tournaments, Kazakhstan country tournaments, and besides that, our school gave him nothing. But just for the random guy who just who is a programmist and he's just programming some like unknown thing and
Ratings.
didn't get any. Like he didn't get any like just rewards for this Olympics or just something like that. But my friend did. But the second guy is having the grant, but
But another guy
is not.
Of course. So learn something yourself. This is my suggestion.
But at least I'm the best. I'm the best in my class by the English and also Kazakh languages. Just because no one is having better than me.
What is this? What you can do? Maybe if you have similar character like me, what you can do? Learn something to not good scores. get good scores and learn something. If you cannot satisfy yourself, try to humiliate others. Self-satisfaction.
Is it important to humiliate others? Is it just something really important?
If you don't like learning math, algebra, or other things, but if you try to find motivation, the motivation is this. What can I say? Motivation, you know? How many diplomas you have? No, I have 5 diplomas. How many languages you know? I know at least 3. At native level. I'm not talking about Russian, Kazakh. These are your native languages, of course. I'm talking about foreign languages. It is self-confidence, satisfaction. It's not about directly I'm humiliating you or someone else. It's about show business. Do it yourself to equip yourself like a special forces. Ballet, proof, bomb, something like that. All of them is your equipment. Fulfill yourself, satisfaction. Everybody say that my diploma note is, for example, 3, right? 3.5 out of 4. What is your diploma note?
I would say that having something similar, this motivation in the chess, just because I'm not understanding myself, just because at the school I'm not really how to say, I'm not trying to humiliate others or just.
It's not directly bullying. I'm not saying bully them. Humiliation doesn't mean bullying. Humiliation is people cannot come to you to talk even because they know that you are superior, you are better. I give you one good example. When I was at master's degree, my professors at the university gave the classroom to me to teach, and I was a student. As a student, I became an assistant, and I taught these lectures to my classmates.
To your classmates?
Yes. Professor left the classroom, and then he or she said, Faruk, you were the assistant, teach this lesson. They know that I know as good as them.
I would say that I'm having something similar, but just imagine a situation. I'm giving something like my best at the lessons, especially at the geometry and algebra, but my teacher is not seeing that. And at the end, when my parents are coming at the school just to know the opinion of the teachers about me, I'm getting hated just because sometimes I'm not how to say, I'm just not doing exactly what they want. I just trying to make my best, but with my wishes and how does it seem to me correctly. But for them, it's not seeming really good or correctly, so that's why I'm getting hated by them. And
For example,
just not making any sense in it.
What is humiliation? What is self-confidence? It's a good example. All the teachers say, oh, for example, Alinar, if you have any questions that you couldn't solve from your workbook or self-study book, you can ask in the classroom. We try to all the students and classmates, blah, blah, blah. We'd like to solve this problem, right? You are doing this?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Imagine that this is your workbook for algebra, integral, for example, functions. Imagine. Would you like to choose a question from this book, or would you like to choose question from International Olympics and then to ask in the classroom, but not say your teacher that it is from International Olympics?
I'm preferring the best one, but not my teacher, just because I'm for the 3 or 4 years at the school, I'm already how to say? Do you know the Death Note, the anime?
Mm-hmm. I heard, but I never watched it.
I would say that if if I could do that, I would really take this book and really wrote her name in this, just because she's
yeah, I know that note. Yeah, okay, I understand.
like
The
the
movie.
Death Note. Just
I
because
know.
she's so rude, and I cannot really make sense of that, just because I'm trying my best.
Not try to do
at
your best.
lessons
Do
and-
your best. I try to say it.
Yeah, true.
My teachers hated me when I was a child because I always found questions from Olympics to ask them. Hey teacher, I couldn't solve this problem. Can you help me? And they have to help me. Because they don't have an option to say, Faruk, I don't know this question. And I cannot do it. Because I was a math Olympian. How you play chess? I play with questions. Did you understand what is simulation?
Yes, probably. But anyway, and like even at the end of the school, like the 11th grade, the graduation, I will literally say like 100%. I will be at my opinion, of course, like no matter what. For me, this is the worst teacher that I've ever been. Like I have been argued with her like for since the 2012, like 10 times at row, at least 10 times. I'm not joking.
I know.
And
I
for
feel.
me, it's like
I pass the
I just
same way.
not making any sense of that. That's why she's so rude and why she's just so arrogant.
For example, our physics teacher called my dad to the high school to talk about me, a little bit gossip, I say. And then what is her complaint, She just said, I don't like your son. Why? Because he was always sleeping in the lesson, during the lesson. Not taking notes and listen to me. But when I woke him up and I asked, Faruk, can you answer the question? He was like this. 5. How you solve the problem while sleeping? She says, and all the answers were correct. And my dad said always the same sentence. He is good at math. It is his skill. So you need to do it. What you can do it, not humiliation. It means gain the respect. You force them to respect you with your knowledge. Try to be better than them. I never aimed my colleagues, my classmates. These are just weighing. Nothing for me. Aim the teacher. Try to be always better than your master. This will be the best motivation.
So, if I want to, if we can say, humiliate her, I need to say just a really clever thing at the math, so that's why she
When they
will
answer,
just have something like the envy.
before writing the question, give the answer. If they explain Kazakh history, or if they are teaching you Kazakh history, say something that even maybe they don't know. Always be ready before the class. I remember at university in medical faculty when I was studying, my teacher warned me. She called me her room and then she said, I'm an associated doctor, professor, and just in my life, I've been teaching these lessons, kinesiology, physics, and autonomy for approximately 20 years. Just in my life once, I feel myself not enough before the classroom, and because of it, I have to study before the lesson. Because before each lesson, I search all the current actual medical papers. I read one by one, and I went to the lesson with these papers, medical papers. When she says something, I always say, no, teacher, according to the recent article done by this blah, blah, blah, blah professors at blah, blah, blah university, they found these results. What do you think about it? And she says, how did you find it? I searched at night. And this article says it.
Whoa.
Gain the respect.
This is really, literally the best technique.
I'm not
I think
directly
that
studying for the lesson.
If I would do that, I think that will be the great humiliation and also just respect from her.
I'm not humiliating, as you see. I'm participating in the lesson. I'm studying. I'm doing my homework. And I am giving my own knowledge in the lesson, right? It's not rude,
Yes.
but it's a good respect way. Gain the respect. Then they will stop.
So if you can say it, is something like the kind of the boomerang, like they are teaching something you, and you're also teaching something to them.
They are trying to teach something you that you already know. Be ready.
But they don't know exactly that I'm knowing. For example, the chess.
It is this. How my physics teacher said, while sleeping, he was solving the problems. Of course, I was solving the problems. I have already done. I was an Olympian. Are you kidding? I said. My master's degrees, first one is in economics, another one is executive administration, MBA. One is 394, the another one 387 out of 4.
Out of 4, whoa. So probably I think it's something like it's something about the life also, just because I think even at the regular life we can also using that, just because I'm understanding now that before that, like especially today at the one lesson, me and my best friend, we were just talking about the Lego minifigures, and we hadn't listened to the teacher. It was the history lesson, and at the moment the teacher saw that we are not listening, and she told my friend like to stand up and say that she was saying.
Repeat after me, show us. She said.
Yes, and I just saw that he's also not listening, but he's just saying something randomly, but just like
it's multitasking,
connecting to this topic of the lesson, but quietly, like really not not really close to the topic, but at the end he's giving the result, and he's also teaching something to her. So that's why she will not think about that he's not listening. She will think about what he's saying, and what he's saying is that is what she hadn't known before that.
Mm-hmm. Do it like this.
Something like this.
Develop
I think
yourself.
it's something like the kind of the manipulation.
Then they cannot find the courage to give you lower bounds. Show yourself. It is irritating as well. Sometimes maybe it happened to me that they always gave me low bounds at university. But when I graduated and when I went to the master's degree, I took the highest notes because I became the teacher as a student. Because before the master's degree, after graduation, as a hobby, I read all the books in economics. And I'm talking about real academic books. In economics, finance, stock market, calculation, accountancy, auditing, hobby. I'm talking about these books that they are teaching in 4 years or sometimes 5 years. And I said, yeah, wow.
And you read it at some days, yes?
Sorry?
And you read it just for along with this some days, yes?
You are reading Harry Potter. I'm reading stock market theory and then company value analysis. Finance, the dynamics of finance philosophy. Philosophers, their thoughts, something like that. And I thought myself, oh, so interesting, I said. I'm reading these books, but there will be no benefit for me. Maybe I can take one diploma for it. And after it, I enrolled the master's degree program, and my teacher asked this question, and I explained for 30 minutes. 2 basic, 1 question with all the deepest sides. And then they directly, I think, shared each other. that Farooq already read all these books that they are teaching in master's degree, and then they gave me the lectures. Empty, finish.
So it's something like a technique to...
It's the technique. Do what you know. Develop what you can develop. Not
So
try to...
basically, we can take something that we already know, improve that, and with that improved one, we can discover new things, and with also these new things also improving, and also discovering new things, and this new things also improving, and this improving new things, discovering new things.
Yes. You don't like algebra, math, calculation. Imagine how you can make it enjoying. Make it a puzzle quiz game. Try to solve Olympic Games questions. I'm not saying that directly take it from Olympics, it is difficult. But try to find difficult questions related to your homework and try to solve it. Trust me, for 1 hour, 2 hours, you have been wasting your time. You waste your time. But you learn. Ask it from ChatGPT. It can easily create questions related to your units, your subjects. And not try to use pen while solving the problem. Use your brain.
You're trying to use your brain.
Use your brain. Through your mind, try to do math problems. Or you don't like geography and history, I don't know, but I hate. Really, I hate.
I also.
Because my brain is for science. Numbers, physics, calculation, counting, computer science. Theoretical knowledge, zero. For me. Even while,
Especially my brain is probably for the art and languages.
Even when I'm coding my name on the exam paper, when I'm writing my name word by word, letter by letter, I'm checking. Zero for me. Social sciences. What I'm doing to make it enjoying for me, history. For example, Kazakh history. Connect Kazakh history with documentaries. Not only open the report, blah, blah, blah happens, blah, blah happens, blah, blah happens. Oh, 5 minutes later, I will forget it. Find the Kazakh history from different books. What you can do, open English books maybe. Find English sources or another language. To develop your language skill, history will be the excuse. Watch English documentary, history will be the excuse to develop your English. You don't like geography? Kazakh, I'm not talking about Kazakh geography, general geography. If you like to develop your geography, not open the books, and then the mountains are parallel to the sea or not, or the vertical to the sea or not. Obviously, who cares it? I don't care. I'm not a geologist, right? Watch documentaries, videos. Today's topic is about, for example, geography of Thailand. Watch Thai videos. Deeply.
So, it's the same when we are comparing Marvel events with the actual events. For example, just because I'm the big fan of it.
I don't know anything about, for example, Egypt's history, ancient Egypt history. I'm not an Egyptian as well, or Egyptologist or something like that. But for maybe 10 years, I've been watching videos on YouTube about pyramids, ancient Egypt, ancient gods.
You're not Egyptian, but you can tell something about
I will humiliate you directly. The same video, I've been repeating same video 10 years. It is my hobby. I made it my hobby. If you don't like, for example, Ottoman Empire, I don't like reading books about Ottoman Empire, even it's my culture. What I'm doing, watch documentaries about Ottoman Empire, because it's a visual material, attractive, created, charming. So you will remember. Instead of reading, watch it, see it. Connection you can find. I'm not talking about watch, of course, Turkish TV series. It's not about it. real scientific documentaries you can watch. Physics. I always ask, where can I use this information? What can I use this information? You can use this information via reading. TÜBİTAK, for example, is the tech office of Turkey. TÜBİTAK's books. Or, for example, Net Geo, Discovery Channel's magazines. Or when you are watching, for example, tech videos, you need this information. Biology lessons.
What?
Biology. Everybody is biology. I like biology.
Biology,
Organisms, genetic cloning, human cloning, animal cloning. It's our first lesson in karyogenesis, right?
yes.
Resuscitation. Learn biology is this.
Probably biology is okay. I would say biology is miles more interesting than the geometry. Just because geometry, where universe you use this triangle by the theorem of the Pythagoras, at the, for example, at the
Not
street.
study theory, study practice. Find good questions, not about only book I said, like not Olympic questions. Try to find good questions that you cannot solve it. Try to solve it. Try to use all the rules. Make it enjoying while listening to the music. Even what was my aim when I was in high school and primary school? Without using pen, I always try to solve geometry problems. I became the last one at the Olympics, but it was a good experience for me. Why? Because if someone asks me, or if I see any kind of video or Instagram, social media post, I always try to solve it. No, I have to solve it. What can be the answer? I'm not talking about Pythagoras, Euclid, blah blah blah. I don't care their names. I care the result. I need to find the answer. Why? There's only one sentence you need. Oh, you didn't solve this problem. Oh, it's so easy. It takes 30 minutes. No, give me just 3 seconds. I will do it. Humiliation. If you learn something, if you spend your hours, your days to learn something, use it. Everybody speaks Kazakh, Russian in school. Find friends, international friends, and then talk to them in English, in German, in French at school. On phone. Show that you know this language. Good technique.
Probably it's not even the good technique. It's just like the life technique.
Everybody watches Kazakh or Russian videos. For example, they have telephones, and then on their phone they watch lesson videos, lectures on YouTube, right? To learn something between lessons, or maybe when you give the lunch break. Open one documentary in English and then watch in English without subtitles. Everybody will be interested in it. Did you understand? Of course I can understand. It is too easy. Elementary level. You can say. Don't you understand? Is it difficult? Oh, I think you need to study a little bit. You can say.
No, probably. I think that is the smartest thing that I had listened since the start of this week. Because since the start of this week, I'm listening only like geometry, the algebra, exam, like something.
Forget it. 10 years later, you will forget all of them. You need to use them to develop your knowledge. Even 30 years later, you have to say that I know this.
Okay.
It's an equipment. So I think I need to run to another lesson now. This topic will be your homework. I will share it in our teams. please first of all do your previous homework, then come to this topic, okay?
Okay,
So, do you have questions?
no problem.
Okay, so thank you for today. Take care of yourself. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye for now.
Okay, thank you for this therapy.
No worries. Bye bye.